Glad to have you with us in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Centennial Bank Stadium, home to the Red Wolves of Arkansas State, and fans have been fired up for this one all day. Today, a showdown of a couple of foes from the Sun Belt. As we'll see, the Georgia Southern Eagles taking on the Arkansas State Red Wolves. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Georgia Southern will kick it off to get things started. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be forced out of bounds at his 21-yard line. Not the best field position you could ask for, but they'll get it started there. On the run, it's Clay. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
The Red Wolves with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to throw, it's Rainer. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Eagles. And they turn it into a defensive score.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3-and-out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Bringing it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Toss sweep to the left. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll send the back in motion. They go to the ground. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Rayner. Grabbed over the middle, it's Rutgers. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practiced, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Sends it back in motion. Looking for room. It's Cross. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
They punted away on 4th down. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Right back to the well. Got the first down and more. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
They'll run it from the gun. Fighting off the defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's French. Makes the catch. It's Dallas. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. And the Eagles will have it 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to go up top on first down. Floats it out in space. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
When they try to spin it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
The Eagles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Gives it on the option. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. Right back to the well. Gets away from one, finds room. They knock him down right at the 20-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but maybe they'll keep the offense on the field. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Returner will field it and try to get to field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. In front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Give to the running back. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They want to run this quarterback. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort, nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. On the ground with the counter. He has the first and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When you're on offense, you see so much of this nowadays. You see misdirection. You see somebody flying across the formation. Why? To get the eyeballs of those linebackers, to get them to move out of a gap, one space. Works to perfection here. That's why they break off the big gain on offense.
Back to pass, it's Rayner. Rushes on him. It falls incomplete and will change ends of the field to get things started back up. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. On the run, it's Clay. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. It'll be 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
And the Red Wolves will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He makes a fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful. He's going for the big play. Makes a grab on the shot. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him.
And this four vertical play is something that every offense in the country has in their playbook, but they don't all run it as good as this offense does. Really nice job making the play call, but when you've got athletes like this and a quarterback that can fit the football into small windows, good things generally happen. That is tremendous execution on that pass play.
Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's French. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snaps, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating a loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
And the Eagles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on 2nd down. Grab behind the line. It's Brown. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they are going to be gassed.
Georgia Southern will have it now, 1st and goal. Out of the gun, looking to throw. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Quarterback keeper. Knocked down for the tackle.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now got 4th down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal. You try to pay this drive off and this opportunity to put something on the board, David.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick it? That's how they'll make this decision.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Guys, we'll see if this Red Wolves offense can get moving. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll go to the toss. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Rayner. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
To the air on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Rucker. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down. The Red Wolves are on the move. Looking to throw on 1st down. The sure hands. It's Rucker.
Simple pitch, simple catch, easy little drag route right over the field. It's a nice timing route. You can run it versus man or you can run it versus zone and have a lot of success.
And the Red Wolves can really attack on this 2nd and short. Motion from the back. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Summers. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Well, that was a weird one because I think running back screen was called, but the quarterback just saw an open receiver downfield and said to himself, hey, I got an open guy. I'm just going to take it.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Gonna look downfield again. Nice grab in traffic. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
Caught behind the line. It's Cross. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Back to throw, it's Rayner. Looking to buy time. Got out of trouble and throws. Right through the wicket. He just flat dropped it on the crosser, and it'll be 4th down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And this one is anything but routine, a 48-yard attempt from the right hash. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Gets the back moving. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Pulls it in. It's Brown. At the 45 on his way. Sprinting away. Touchdown, Eagles! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That drive a great example of just how potent this offense can be. 2 plays, 80 yards, give them the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking for a crease. It's Cross.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. To the air. It's Rayner. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll send the back in motion. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
The Red Wolves will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. To find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. And holding on to the lead, the offense will simply take a knee, and that's how we will wrap up the first half. And the Red Wolves will kick it away to start the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with that.
I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Back to the ground with the running back. It's the runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Eagles line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Scanning the field, it's French. Using the quick game. Still on his feet at the 45. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Oh, better look out. There he goes. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Hand off from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
To the air on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Sanders. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
No good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14.
And they trusted him. Even after that last miss, they trusted him again to make it, and he misses again. I don't know how much more trust they'll have in him. Good weather, not a long kick, 2nd miss of the day. We might not see him again.
Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll run the option. The pitch. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Fires to the wideout. And the deflection on 3rd down. How big is that? Forces a 4th down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Working on the right. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Turning it on! He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Caught in the backfield. It's Dallas. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
All right, if you're a quarterback in that situation, you know there's nowhere to go, so just
cut your losses.
You're right, absolutely. Slide, don't take the extra punishment. Just give up on the play.
It'll be 3rd and long. The give to the back. He's dragged down at the 12. Chip shot field goal range, but might they go for it here on 4th down? They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. To throw, it's Rayner. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, when the offense goes empty, that triggers the defense to want to blitz. The linebacker came that time. They couldn't get him blocked, and down goes the QB.
The Red Wolves have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. He'll try to do it himself. Picked off. A turnover in their own end. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Great place to start for this offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it on the run. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And here comes money down for this offense. 3rd down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Touchdown, Eagles! And the beatdown has ensued. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Coming out with it, it's Dickerson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Hands it off. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. We've reached the end of the period. Georgia Southern is on top. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. So the final period starts with a second down play. On the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly, Dave.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They're going to ride this running back. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Handoff to the lone back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
They'll try the outside to the left. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's fourth down. Will they bring out the punt team? Southern brings on the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and trailing late, they've got to get to work here. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
One of the things that makes this defense so hard to move the football against is their defensive line. That time, 4 guys on the field, and they're able to win. You saw that guy penetrate, get through the line of scrimmage. He gets the TFL. Big reason why they're winning today is the play of these guys up front.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays. And now you're down, and they know to rush the passer. They know the pass is coming. I'm not sure what the answer is because this offense is just struggling in the passing game.
And the Red Wolves will call on their punt team. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They can stop the clock a couple more times, and they need to get it back fast, down 2 possessions as the clock keeps winding down. And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. The defense still has a couple of timeouts at its disposal, but down a couple of possessions, the offense will take a knee.
That's a nice job by this defense, getting in the backfield quick. They got in there so fast, anticipating pass on 3rd and long, but they reacted so well to the run, get the tackle for a loss, and now probably going to force the punt here.
Punt is on its way. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
Gonna run it. It's Cross. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back. The next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the 3 phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to win.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt. They sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.